Good morning. When you're ready, we'll start with some stretch, just some movement to get the body flowing. We'll take the feet wide and just let your arms go up. Good morning. And up. Inhale. Good morning, bodies. Good morning, breathing. Good morning, mind. It's fun to add your fingers going with that too. So it's like you're getting a stretch throughout your arms, throughout your fingers, in the nervous system. And good. And good. Again, feel that blood flow getting to your hips and feel that blood flow getting to your ankles. And let's stay down here and then drop a shoulder. And it's more about that back opening, but you'll feel your shoulder getting some blood flow. You might feel your inner thighs getting some blood flow. I like to use this hand to gently make sure that the knee is opening and not collapsing in. And again, so you notice you get a little deeper as your body gets warmer. One more. And then we'll do a little, it's like a cat-cow, a little flexion and extension. And round up your back and lift and exhale and lift. Inhale and exhale. And then kind of like a circle, like your ribs are a spatula, a rubber spatula. And you're taking that spatula around the inside of a bowl. And one more. And then we're going to switch it up. So you notice you feel all the different areas of your core. 2. Inhale, 3. 4. And then as you're ready, one vertebra at a time. And then you can leave your legs a bit open here and take your elbows, lean over, and up and over. It's almost like you're giving yourself an assist with the top arm. Inhale, over. You'll feel your whole side body. Inhale, up and over. And then let the arms go long. One hand come down and up and down. And you can still reach through those fingers like you're undulating through the hand. Inhale. And when you're ready, let's start walking those feet back towards each other. You can shimmy. And then let's go up and down with your heels. So go up and down and inhale up and down. And notice how the heels, they'll try to go out. And you want to make sure that when you're lifting, you have each toe with equal weight so that your ankles don't go out like a sprain, the way you sprain an ankle invert. Up and down. Inhale, up and down. Good, knees are soft here. When you go up with your arms, you're making sure you have a little bit of tone right here in your abs so that your low back doesn't get any more lordotic. Good, up and down. One more, up and then down. Terrific. All right, we're just gonna make one more little opening. It's a little qigong move. Think about rotating and loose arms just kind of hitting your back and your stomach. Good, and take another one, inhale, and then exhale. All right, so let's add on some 5-pound weights, 3-pound weights, 4-pound weights, something that lets you go out like a T and maybe more. So we're gonna be doing an out like a T movement. So it could be 2 to 6 pounds probably. Feet are about underneath. You're gonna open up with your exhale like a T. Good, yeah, take a moment. Good, and open. And if it's okay if you need to do a few more reps or a few fewer reps just to make it where you feel like you're challenged at the final reps. Good. Neck is easy, neck is soft, the shoulders are working. 5. The hands are slightly ahead of your plane of your body. 6 and 7. Nice. And 8. Good. Checking in with the knees. 9. And enjoy that breath. 10. It's getting fuller. 11. Filling up all the areas you can of your lungs. 12. 13. 14. And 15. And then you can lower those down for a moment. I'm going to keep them handy. And we'll go back to that qigong move. And of course, if you need to do fewer or more, that is just fine. So when I cue these, depending on the weight you have, depending on what you've done yesterday. So relax that shoulder, relax the arm. 2, inhale, and then exhale. We're gonna take probably the same weight, but if you need to, you could do a little lighter, but probably the same weight. We're gonna do frontal raise. Palms are facing you. And we're gonna go forward like a Frankenstein movie. So go forward, exhale, good. Exhale. Neck is soft. 3. You got it. Still frontal raise. 4. Shoulders still deltoids. 5. You've got a little softness in your elbow. 6. 7. Good. I like the control on the way up. 8 and on the way down. It's so easy to just let the weights drop, but you're maintaining that control. Good. 5 more. Very good. 11. 12. 13. 14. 1 more. And 15. Good. Now stay low with your weights and just move your shoulders. 1, big circle. 2, you're going to feel your shoulder blades move. 3, 4, 5. Now open the feet up a little bit. Bend the knees, and it's kind of, I'm going to show you from the side, it's kind of like your glutes are more dominant because your toes are so light you could lift them. I'm going to show you from this angle. Rear fly. So it's like a hug a tree, but your back is in a table. So notice your back, it's not round. It's a table. Your rear shoulder gets the work. Your sit bones lift a little bit. Now once you see me, let your gaze change so you don't have that tension in your neck. 6, 7, you've got some muscle tone in your thighs and your glutes. 8, so you've got a knee bend. 6, and that lets you keep your back in a table. 7, good Karen. 8, good Rick. Good Michelle. 9. And we're going to do up to 5 more. So if you can, take 5 more. If you're getting fatigued, 12. Then come out. 13. Good. 14, rear fly, rear shoulder. Good. And then stand back up. Good. Take those little circles with your arms. Now at this point you have the weights in your hands. Add on the heel raise here, kind of like what we started with. Go up. You have your weights still. You go up with your heels. Good. So now you're lifting more weight than your body weight. Good. Exhale. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Really good. And then we'll open up just a little bit. You can sit back. 10. And your heel gets heavier than your toes here. You might imagine someone's holding a chair for you and you're following that chair with your booty. Your knees, you want to make sure they're not collapsing inwards. 4, you got it. 5, strong glutes, heels heavy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 more, 10. Good job. Lower these down. We're going to take a little breather. Your hands can hold on to each other and move like a circle. 5 each way. And we'll do 5 the other way. Nice. You can push out towards me as well. So it looks like that. Good. And then just kind of get some blood flow in there. If you need a sip, grab a sip, and then we'll add a heavier weight for some bicep curls. So your biceps curls, so grab a sip, but if you'd like, after that, grab a heavier weight for your biceps. Probably somewhere between 3 and 10, 3 and 12 maybe. You're gonna bend your elbows with your exhale, bicep curl, and slowly lower. And exhale, yep, that ought to do, that's good. And 3. And 4. Good, what you're doing here, just check your neck every now and then, and it's not got any extra tension that doesn't need to be there. When your elbows go down, you're making sure that you don't lock them backwards. Your knees, you could also just double check them. They're springy, like a marshmallow's in them. Your shoulders are open, in other words, they're not poking forward. Your biceps are doing the work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. 1. Now we're going to lower those weights down, take them out for a moment. Interlace your fingers at the low back. Lift your arms away from your hips. 5, 4. Good, you can make it dynamic if you like, a little movement. 3, 2, nice. Inhale, and then exhale, let that go. Now the next one is going to be an upright row. It's going to look like this. So you see how it's a shorter lever. You might take anywhere from 3 to 10 pound weights, 3 to 12 pound weights. Your palms face you. Now you exhale as you bend your elbows out to the side. You got it. And then this is the one where you just make your wrist comfortable. So you don't have them in an awkward down position. You just kind of let the forearms and the wrists go together. Check the knees. The breath is continuous, meaning you're not holding your breath. You might exhale as you come up, and you might inhale as you go down. You still feel your shoulders and your biceps. Good. 8. Good. Neck is soft. 9. And just 5 more, or up to 5 more, depending on your weight, depending on how you're feeling, where you can feel that you're working, but it's good form. Your neck isn't hurting. 1 more, exhale. Now you're going to carefully lower those weights. Good. And we'll take one arm across, kind of like you're helping yourself. Now this hand that's in the air, roll it and go the other way. Let's try the other side. Good. Little fingers and hands. Good. All right. Now we're going to take a lighter weight for the overhead press. So this is the exercise. And if that's a little hard to balance, you can also do this seated, but a lighter weight. So I'm going to say anywhere from 2 to up to maybe 8 pounds. Push up. Good, and then bend. Now because your arms are overhead with a weight, it's a lot easier to, you need more control in your core to stay stable. So rib down if you need, pubic bone up if you need, that way your low back doesn't get lordotic. So I have a definite softness in my knee so that I can manipulate my pelvis so that it doesn't get sway back. Good, neck is soft. So even though you're lifting your arms up, your shoulder blades stay down. Now 10 could be enough If you'd like to go 2 more or up to 5 more. So 11, good. Inhale and exhale. So again, we've got that continuous breath. Up to 3 more. So there's a little balance here. 2, good, 1 more. And the hand weights are slightly ahead of your body. Good, lower those down. Lower your weights. Good. Yeah. Take your inhale to go up and over. I have this image of a crescent moon. Now we're going to move that a little bit, right? Or rotation down, rotation up. Just enjoy. Inhale. And exhale, go up and over. And then add rotation. And then up. Perfect. Let's grab a sip and then grab a band. We'll do some band work. And we'll grab a sip first if you like. Grab a band. And we'll run through some band exercises. Overhead. Pull down with your exhale. Inhale, return. Exhale. So the same thing here, your arms are overhead. And even though it's not a heavy weight, it is easier to get lordotic. So you want a soft knee, rib tuck. So you have a little tone, maybe up to 30% tone in your abs. So that your low back doesn't get more inwardly swayed. 8, 9, especially if the lats are tight, the low back will do that. 10, 5 more. Check your wrists. You want them to feel pretty good here and not let the band take over of where your wrists are. You're keeping them neutral as you can. 1 more. Now if you want to add a bonus, just take a little 10 pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. The arms probably need a little blood flow and circulation. Take your band behind you now. Palms are facing up. Or where the thumb is up. So either one, supination. See if it feels good to go out like that. If not, adjust your wrist a little bit. Palm up usually feels nice. Able to keep that wrist pretty neutral. 3, knees are soft. 4, good. I like that control. 5, exhale. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now if you want, add a little bonus. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Perfect. Let those shoulders roll. Take a hand in front and one, or both hands in front. One hand's going to be your anchor. In this case, I'm going to let the right hand be a bow and arrow here. So push out. Push out. Good. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Triceps should be working. 10, 5 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Other side. Now it's going to be bow and arrow. 1, neck is long. 2, 3. One arm just holds it still. 4, control on the way out. 5, and the way in. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, try 5 more. Good. 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. Now we're going to take an overhead press. Take one hand behind your head. Take one hand at your low back. Because the arm's overhead, it's more vulnerable to, I'm going to come in. You guys can stay standing. I'm just going to do this. That way you can see me a little better. You're going to push up. Neck is soft. Push up. And the ribs have that little tone. Good. That's it. 5, 6. Double check your wrist is okay on the back. 7, probably have to knuckle roll in. 8, if it's getting yanked backwards. 9, control. 10 on the way down so the band doesn't win. 11, you're controlling it on the way up and the way down. 12, 13, 14. Now 15, we're going to take this one. This hand goes here. Push up. Good. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Good. 5. Ribs look like they're over the pelvis and everybody. 6, they're not shifting. I like that. 7, 8, 10. The jawline's parallel to the floor. 11, 12. The shoulder blades down the back. 13. Looking good. 14 and 15. And I'm going to have us do, I'm going to take the tricep stretch here and then lean away. Yeah. 5. Any kind of movement you need rotational, but pretty much you can stay in this plane for triceps. Come to the other side, your hand helps out. And then you lean away from that. Yeah, breathing. High in the ribs. Awesome, let that go. Now this one is more for your arches, so either use your band that you have on the floor or use a sock, it doesn't matter, a band or a sock. You're going to pick up that band or that sock with your toes on one foot, but with the other foot you're balancing. So pick it up, drop. Yep, band or sock. I'm using a sock in this case. Bend your toes around that sock or that band. Now this leg is also for balance. So you're lifting up. 3, you're noticing that leg is balancing. This is strengthening the arches. And this leg's getting some balance in an unpredictable, well now it's a predictable pattern, we know how we're doing it now, but in a, just not a linear pattern. So let's do 3 more. See if that foot can wrap its toes around the band or the sock. A washcloth works too. Now the other foot, 10. 1, good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. Should be about 1 more, and 10. Very good, and then we'll lower those down. Terrific job. Let's take it down to the floor where we'll do our band work and some bat work and some foam roller. I'm going to tilt us down a little bit. Good job. All right, so with the band, if you want to grab a set, please do. Your band is going to go around the part of your foot that is above the heel, but below that fifth metatarsal styloid process that kind of feels yucky when you press on it. So the band's in a comfortable place near your heel arch. Cross the band. Now you can choke up on your band as much as you want because the back is pretty strong here. So you're going to exhale. Now, because we're seated and you have a good visual of your feet, I like to add on a toe spread opportunity. Spread the toes. You can spread them apart from each other, the pinky toe especially, should get away from the fourth toe, the big toe from the second toe. Just adding that spread and tension. We're going to try to we are keeping our feet healthy, so we have all of the environment for keeping our balance and for keeping the little trampolines in our feet healthy, so our bones stack nicely on them with good force absorbers. So spreading out those toes. Your exhale pulls your band back. Good. All right. Take two more. Now we're going to uncross the strap. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. We're going to do two things at once. Good. You can lean back. Now a little bit of softness in your knees is going to help this be spinally flex. So bend your elbows, biceps, with an ab crunch. So every time you bicep curl, you can pull your belly in. If you need it harder, lift your arms a little bit. If you need it easier, you can lower your elbows a little bit. Good. I like to add a leg squeeze towards each other, and pelvic floor. So you pretend like you have to use the restroom, but you can't find one. Contract those muscles, especially when your legs are going towards each other. The inner thighs will help that, the inner thigh contraction. Good. Make sure your wrists are happy. So it could be a hammer curl with the bands. If you have the handles, it's nice to hold this supinated belly. Pulls in 5. You're probably looking at your toes, so your neck is safe. 3, 2, 1, and go up. Now you can hold the band. You can, if you have the handle, you can put your hand in there. So there's a lot of ways to make this work. You're going to be in a wide V. Your fingertips are out a little bit so they don't hit the floor, and you're pulling. This is a lat press. Exhale. Good. Your body's upright. Good. You're tall. 10. Good. 9. I'm going to turn. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the band so it's an X. Put your elbows by your side. This is prehab. This is external rotation. Good. It may not feel big. It's going to help strengthen the muscles on the back of the shoulder so that it's counterposing the forward activities we do so much that internally rotate the humerus. Neck is soft. Let's do 10 more here. 9. They're endurance muscles. 8. So it won't feel like a big squat kind of contraction. It'll feel like a low endurance. Now we're going to just break up the tension with a stretch. So if you'd like to take your feet soles together and hinge, if you had a toe that wasn't responding to your spreads, this is a great chance to open it up. Or if you just want to stretch in anyway, let everything go. 10. Good. Wiggle into it. 9. 8. Good. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Take another inhale. And then as you're ready, come back up and we'll take one more rear deltoid exercise. We did one with the weights earlier. Now we're going to take the band in front, open the arms. It's almost like a hug a tree backwards. Remember how we did that with the weights earlier? You exhale and open. And the hands, I like that. Your hands are still below your shoulder. That way your neck should be pretty safe here. Not contracting, not getting elevated in the shoulder blades. Exhale, rear shoulders. Good. Neck is soft, spine is tall. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. And we're going to get rid of that for a moment, and we're going to lie down with some weights that let you do a chest press. So it might be a little heavier weight. I'm going to move this away from the wall, but it could be anywhere from 5 to 15. And you're going to take those hand weights with the feet on the floor. Yep, you got it. And you kiss the end of your weights up at the top. And then you bend your elbows. And then you push. I'm just showing while you're getting down. Yep, you bend. The reason to have the feet on the floor is because it helps you keep your ribs down on the mat. You're not wanting to push with your back. Your low back, your ribs are down on the mat. The feet on the floor with the knees bent helps you. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, up and down, up and down, up and down, up. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a moment, and you can actually take a full body stretch here once your weights are out. Shift through your arms, shift through your legs. Good. Breathing, stretching, wrist roll, ankle roll, toe spread. The next one we're going to do is a fly. So you may have the same weight or a little lighter, but it's kind of like you're hugging a tree. And you're going to bend the knees so the feet are on the mat. Both ends of your weights are touching. So you're still kissing the weights here. Good, Karen. But yeah, and make sure you don't let your hands touch the floor. Don't let the weights touch the floor on these. You don't want to hyperextend your elbows. And exhale, inhale, and exhale. Ribs are down. Double check them if you're not sure. And when your weights touch, they're drifting, they're over the chest, they're over the sternum, they're not over your nose. So they're over the sternum. Good. I think I saw you correct lower, Karen, that looks good. Take an inhale. And then when you're ready, you're lowering those weights down and just get them out of the way a little bit. We're going to take a full body stretch. Inhale. Walk or shift through your legs, arms. Now we're going to turn around and get the foam roller. If you would like to grab a sip, you can. You're gonna belly down, hands on, or pinky side of your forearm down. Go up and down. Good. Yep, this is the movement we're doing. That's it. Go up and down. Good. You got it. Neck is soft. Yep. You can keep your elbows long. Yeah, there you go. Michelle, probably lengthen the elbows a little bit. Yeah. Now as you're doing this, the shoulders are down the back. As you're doing this, your belly pulls up. And stay up. 10, 9, 8, 7, gorgeous, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. And then child pose, press your hips back. Good. Low back into a stretch. And if you want to add on, you can bend your elbows and pat yourself on the back. Since we did all the triceps and the chest work with triceps, you'll get a little stretch there. And then come back up, and I am going to have us do foam roller plank. So I just want to tuck this in so you can have a little better view of form. The foam roller is going to go on the other end of our body. Forearms down, toes towards each other, and take the knees in and out into a plank. Knees in and out, knees in and out, in and out. Good. Foam roll the shins by keeping the toes towards each other. 4 more. 3, 2, and recover. Now, one way to recover is to leave the foam roller underneath your shins and then stretch. It's a little decompressive of the spine. And then we're going to go back and we'll lift our hips this time. So it's almost like a dolphin. Forearms are down. Your toes are towards each other. Lift your hips, long knees. Lift your hips, long knees. 3, 4, 5, 6. That looks great, guys. 7. Yep. Nice. 8. Good. 2 more. 9. 10. Recover. Nice. We're going to do 2 more sets of abs, and then we're going to foam roll. So with your next set, your knees are going to go to the left corner in a diagonal, and then they plank, and then knees to the right corner or elbow, and then they plank. So join me with your legs long, your foam roller underneath your shins. Turn your hips a bit. Yes. And then pull them in. You got it. 2. You got it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Recover. The next one is going to be a dolphin or pike with that same oblique angle. So let your elbows down, take your knees long this time, lift your hips and kind of angle them up to one side, lift your hips and angle them to the other, and up, down, and up, and down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and recover. Now take that foam roller and put it underneath your upper back. Actually, grab a sip if you need to. And place it underneath your back. Foam roller, upper back. And it's almost like you're doing a bridge. Your booty's off the ground, and your hands are supporting your head, and then you go back and forth. Yep, good job. All right, you could do a back bend here, and see, I usually get a couple of adjustments here, free adjustments. And you could flex, you could roll right, you could roll left. So just get that back. Take 10, 9, and you can go down middle to upper back. Just don't roll out your lowest ribs there. 5, 4, 3. Now lean more left and see if you can get that for 5, 4, 3, 2, lean more right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then come out and hit that lat here. Roll out that shoulder, that rear shoulder, and that lat. You're using your body to go wiggle a worm up and down. There's more than one place here, so you may have this sensation where on the back of the armpit is good. You may have a sensation where the back of the shoulder is good. So let yourself explore that back armpit area, that back shoulder area. Check your neck and just make sure you're being good to it. Yeah. It doesn't even have to be big movements. The back of the scapula also has some, the lateral edge of the scapula has some attachments that sometimes feel like they need some releasing. Keep the breath going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Let's take it up. If you, before you do the other side, if you just notice what it feels like when you stretch, feel that difference? So good. Yeah, so nice, right? In here, feels spacious. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you can feel a little definite tension release in that arm. Let's get the other side. That armpit is where the lat twist behind the armpit, and that where you can reach it. It's hard to roll out the lat in other places, so you can probably feel, ooh, something big there. Maybe even the real deltoid, the scapula. And it's not always just the dominant arm that's going to feel more. It can be the other one too. So just see it, kind of like with an open mind, notice. Without judgment, notice where you need attention. Good, keep the breathing. Sometimes when you're doing something that's challenging, it's easy to hold the breath. So just notice if you're breathing. Notice if you can release tension in other parts of your body. Out. Breathing high in the ribs. All right, 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Grab us up if you want, and we'll get our side legs, our IT. Take your side plank on your elbow, and then take your foam roller on your outer thigh. The other foot acts like a way to decrease how much weight you have on it. Inhaling and exhaling. Back and forth. If you want to roll forward, you can. If you want to keep it linear, you can. If you roll up, you're getting a little bit outer hamstring. It's all good. Good. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, good carry, 4, 3, this helps the knees and the hips too if you've been feeling tight around those joints. And then let's take it to the other side. If you want to, before you go over, you can just sort of feel, what does that feel like? So I can actually see it in the camera. This leg's a little dropped and released than that one. So you can just feel how that's pulling less. Now the IT band's a good stabilizer, so it's not like you want them totally flaccid, but usually they run tight. And that can create that tension on the hip or the knee, or that clicking or popping that you can get on the hip. So this side, let's see how it is. Roll out. Good. Look at the good plank form that you have while you're doing this, so that way you're protecting your body while you're releasing tension in another place. That hip. Yeah, back and forth. Continuous breathing. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then let's get the quads. If you need a sip, grab a sip. But you can just notice how that feels. The forearms are going to be down on the mat. The foam rollers are going to be underneath the quad, the big part of the thigh, between the hip and the knee. It's like you're doing a plank. You can keep your knees long. You can bend them. I want you to explore. There's different ways. When you bend the knees, you sometimes feel more intensity. Another one you can do is take your toes towards the side of the room, kind of like your Charlie Chaplin. That's going to get more of those inner quads. You'll feel the ropey sartorius, I'm sure. Now, if you toe towards each other, you might feel a little bit more outer quad. But if your quads are tight and they're pulling on your knees, this will help. Maybe need to see Richard if you feel any release from this. Back and forth. If you need to, you can deviate more and bias more on one leg. So there's lots of right ways to do this. And let's take 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gently come out. Now, Karen, I think this one's your favorite, the hip opener. The right ankle to left thigh is a lot of people's favorite. Ankle to thigh, and then move the body so you're rolling out your hip. Good job. Ooh, goodness. Oh, I didn't know that needed it today. Ooh. Good. I had started doing some rifle pistol matches, not just pistol, and that kind of rifle's new to me, but you do a little sprinting and more running, so I can feel this. I hope you feel it. Back on the high ilium, back on the greater trochanter, sit bone. Get all those good places. 10, 5, 3, 2, and then try the other side, ankle to thigh, and what's that side feel like? Sacrum to greater trochanter. Relaxing the body in different places, releasing the hips. 10. Rolling out that greater trochanter, attachments. 8, 7, 6. Near the sit bones sometimes has a lot of attachments, so you can sometimes feel a lot of places that need attention there. 5, 4. Oh, good places. Wow, lots of good places. Breathing. All right. So when you're ready, come on out of there. And then let's take a moment to rest on the ground and just notice how your body feels. So almost like just a shavasana posture where you're noticing. Now, if your knees don't like to be long and it pulls on your back, you could use the foam roller underneath your knees. I'll demo just to show. It's a great little prop to help the back be in a safe place. Now notice how your feet feel, the space between the toes. Notice the lower legs, the knees, the hips, the IT, the sacrum, the breath. Might be a little easier to get a fuller breath since we release so many muscles on the upper back and the lats, the hips. Notice the hands, the arms, the shoulders. You can relax down into the mat, away from the ears. And just notice that sense of peace after the body's been drained of a lot of excess tension. Notice that sense of calm as you've released tension out of the muscles and fascia. Take another breath through the nose, expand. Touch base with that part of you that's peaceful, that's receptive and open. And then take your time to slowly come up towards a seated position and lift up through your spine without any effort, and just notice how your body feels here seated. And we'll put a hand over the heart and the other hand over that. And we'll just make a promise to come back to a state of peace when we need it, so the outside world doesn't dictate our inside world. And we're human, so it's still going to happen. But when we notice it, we're able to notice it quicker and recalibrate quicker. We have tools to come back into a place of calm. Notice how that feels to have that set of tools with you all the time. And whenever you're ready, let your eyes open and come back into the room. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. So fun. Thanks for doing the foam rolling. It's super fun. Thank you guys.